Hello everyone and welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode 117, recorded on August 3rd, 2013. Hello! How are you all today?
Yo.
Hey Sandy.
Hello. How's it going?
Oh, and Gabu's here too. Hey Gabu. Hey.
Hi.
Hi. Hey. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Just was going to say hello to all of our fans and listeners, those that are out there on listening to this either at justin.tv/Bronyville podcast, or if they're downloading this online. Hello to you. As always, Sandy, my wondrous co-host, is here. Hello, sir.
Yo.
How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good.
Grand state of Texas not melting you?
Oh, goodness. It was like 110 yesterday.
Oh, no.
And I was in my car most of the day, so I got all sorts of heat exposure.
And very few steps in. I've started joining you in your path to thinness as of yesterday.
Yes.
Diets.
I still got like a mile and a half of walking in between all the stops I made.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday I spent 6.5 hours distributing Nightmare Nights postcards, because we now have postcards instead of our little flyers, to 14 different comic shops around Dallas.
And I
distributed roughly 400 to 500 flyers and had a success rate of 82%.
Nice.
Because only one of them didn't accept my flyers, and it was because that store doesn't do flyers.
Oh, okay. So
and the other two stores didn't exist anymore.
Oops, that'd do it.
So everyone else was super stoked, and a lot of the guys, a couple of the people at the shops themselves took one for themselves and were like, all right, yeah. So
any of them possibly going to show up as vendors? That would be kind of cool.
I didn't really hear it. Nobody really said anything about that, and I didn't really bring it up because our vendor room's looking pretty full as it is.
True. They'd have to jump on it pretty quick.
Yeah, and we've got a bunch of folks waiting till after BronyCon to pop in, so
absolutely,
we'll probably sell out really fast. Well, we should sell out by the time this episode goes live.
Definitely. Well, let me not let them hang too long. We have Gabu with us. Gabu of My Little Investigators. Hello.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
Pretty good.
And what is your particular abuse, or what is the particular thing you do over there at My Little Investigators?
Well, I am the creative director at My Little Investigations, so I'm basically in charge of all the high-level stuff in terms of case design, overseeing art and music and stuff like that, and basically just making sure that everything is looking good. So I basically do the high level stuff, while Zeus, my partner in crime, handles the more day-to-day stuff. So like team management, making sure everybody's on track and that sort of thing.
Okay, so just you're kind of the high level admin, and the one that reaches out and does the PR stuff while he's dealing with all the grunts.
Well, we wanted him in this interview, but it looks like he's unfortunately occupied. So he'll be here in spirit.
No problem, absolutely no problem. So we'll just give a quick overview. We'll go a little bit more in detail in just a moment, but give everyone just a little bit of hint what exactly My Little Investigations. I keep wanting to say investigators, but My Little Investigations is.
All right. So My Little Investigations is a Ace Attorney inspired pony fan game. Basically, you play as Twilight Sparkle, who takes it upon herself to become a private investigator when Rarity's prize jewel and cat are stolen one day. And basically the gameplay is similar to Ace Attorney in that you examine evidence, look at crime scenes, interrogate witnesses, and eventually confront the culprit and prove that they did it.
Twilight Sparkle, judge, jury, and executioner. Gotcha.
Yes, exactly.
She's the Judge Dredd of your game. She just
with less depth,
with a little bit less. That'd be if you actually had an image of her or someone else in a Judge Dredd costume, that would be acceptable. That would be.
Unfortunately, in all my days of looking at pony fan art, I've never found a Twilight Sparkle Judge Dredd crossover.
We've said it out loud. You might want to watch yourself now.
Oh, I'm saying it out loud because I want to see it.
Oh, okay. That totally works. All right. Well, we have you here. There's one very important thing that we need to do every episode. Unfortunately, if we do not follow these rules, it is deemed by Celestia herself that the show will fall apart and be a total wreck, and we'd never be able to do this again. Luckily, for 117 episodes or so, everyone has fallen in line. So please do not break the cycle.
All right.
I need to know your favorite character and favorite episode.
Favorite character is definitely Twilight Sparkle. And favorite episode is, that's a bit of a harder question. Let's see. I think, well, depending on my mood, it would either be Hurricane Fluttershy or A Friend Indeed. Both because both of those make me unreasonably happy. At the moment, I will go with Hurricane Fluttershy.
There you go.
All right, A Friend in Need.
Wow. Somebody even made a Judge Dredd pony custom.
See, look at that. It's proven.
All right, then.
Such a thing exists. There we go.
That does not surprise me.
Yep. Actually, that's a shining armored Judge Dredd, but it works just as well.
I feel like there needs to be a new rule of the internet that says if it exists, there is pony of it.
The law.
Pretty much.
The law.
I am the law.
The law. The law. Oh, Stallone, you so crazy.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about our awesome sponsors. Sandy, it's We Love Fine time.
Yep. We Love Fine. Use our coupon code Bronyville10 to get 10% off your purchase. And hey, the shirts from the Villains and Heroes contest are now available. There's some really cool ones. Nightmare Moon designs. There's a Discord design by Atril. On the hero side of thing, there's a Luna Galaxy silhouette by Samba Neko, which is the grand prize winner. Is really neat and rather subtle. It's just a design on a shirt. It has a pony silhouette, but you have to kind of look at it a second. Suitable for wearing in public. Mm-hmm. And then there's a really cute little chibi Twilight design by Etril that was Tara Strong's judge's pick. So all those shirts are $25, come in multiple sizes and colors. And yeah, it's cool stuff. They also have a new derpy hat, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yep. And there's also the deal for the scratch figurine that's out now. Mm-hmm.
Get 2 shirts or buy 2 shirts and you can purchase the figurine for another $25, I think.
Actually, 20 actually. So yeah,
okay.
2 shirts, get yourself a vinyl scratch breakdancing figurine, and if you are at conventions, you could actually get a derp figurine.
Yep,
so that is out there. I will need to purchase a new shirt for Brony Can.
I really like the unisex derpy hat. It's the Airmail Equestria 2 bits and has the bubble design on the back. And the underbill has various comic-looking pictures of Derpy and Muffins and Clouds. Mm-hmm. So it's best pony patch hat because, oh, God forbid, you say the D word.
I know.
You're gonna rustle somebody's jimmies.
Did you see the Momocan, the actual flash drive? Include
the Mealbots just flat out says Derpy.
Yeah, it just says Derpy. And matter of fact, one of their press releases that went out is just like, yeah, just because of overwhelming demand, we've had a little bit of hard time fulfilling all the background pony, fan favorite pony. You know, obviously just saying
D word. Yeah.
Anytime anyone says it, someone at Hasbro just goes, woo!
Derpy.
Just Yosemite Sam over at Hasbro. Just
they stomp on their hat and smash around.
Dagnabbit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to need a shirt for Brony Can, so I will need to go there, and I'll probably get one of the vinyl figurines just to see how they are. But yeah, that's We Love Fine at WeLoveFine.com. Use Bronyville for Bronyville 10% off of your purchase. That'll take care of some of that shipping for you.
Yep.
Bronyville, constantly helping you with shipping.
Yay! Well, we haven't got to the fanfic section yet.
Oh, that's true.
Also, Nightmare Nights Dallas. Because, hey, Bronyville will be there.
Hey,
and,
we will.
He'll be doing some panels for us, AC.
I hope so. I hope I'll actually be able to go to a con and interview people. That'd be great.
Oh, I don't know about that, AC. We've got this offer for like 25 grand.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, no, we don't actually have one for 25 grand. So yeah, you'll be able to do some panels.
Yay!
And of course, we have our fantastic guests: Andrea Libben, Brenda Critchlow, Peter New, Woody Wooten, Jim Miller, Sibsy, Mitch Larson, with Fix Kitty, Silva Cabra, Full Papers, and representatives from pretty much every fandom media group. We're going to make them play ball. And, of course, we're all doing it for a good cause. Charity. We're doing it for St. Jude Children's Medical Research Center. All of the net that's after expenses goes to them. So that's exciting because cancer sucks.
It does.
Registration is available, starts at $35. And if you're a parent with kids under 12, buy one ticket for them and you get in free.
Yep. And I'm going to add a third one, Sandy, because we need to start touting this convention starting now.
BronyCan.
It is BronyCan. That is going to be August 24th and 25th up in Richmond, British Columbia. That is right next to Vancouver. So you have a good chance that a whole mess of DHX and voice actors may just wander through this particular convention. And they have a host of attendees: Lee Takar, Tabitha St. Germain, Nicole Goss, Andrea Libman, Andrew Francis, and recently added Vincent Tong, your voice of Garbled the Dragon, Prince Blue Blood, and may we not forget Flash Sentry.
Flash Sentry. Stealer of waifus.
And Rebecca, oh boy, I'm going to hurt this last name. Shoshette, excellent. Who is the singing voice for Twilight Sparkle as well as Sunset Shimmer. Ooh. So we have, and in addition, they do plenty of other voices as well. But there is a packed house over there at BronyCan. That is going to be, as again, August 24th and 25th. You can go find that at bronycan.com. Registration, hotel, travel info is all there. Come see me. Come see me and the Ponyville Alive crew up there in Canada, in Richmond. And we will be having a great time, and I want to see you all there. This is a commitment. You got to do it.
Yep. What was I going to say? Darn it. I'll think of it in a minute.
Okay. Well, while
my train of thought has derailed.
That's fine. Well, while you wait on that, let's go ahead and pull back in our friend. Hey there, Gabu.
Yep. Hello.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
So
still pretty good.
Still pretty good. So let's do just a little bit of the basic info. What's the web page and the info of where you can find my little investigations?
The webpage is www.equestriandreamers.com. All the updated info of the game goes there. There's a download link to the current demo, and basically everything else about the game is there too.
I have to go see. They've got demos. That's a new thing. Equestrian Dreamers. All right, so tell us a little bit of how this actually this came to be. Why was it you, or how did this project actually get started? I think we've talked about this particular one like ages back. It feels like maybe like episode 20 or 30.
Yeah, that would not be surprising because it did have its origins in July of 2011. Basically, I thought of Ace Attorney and My Little Pony together, and the more I thought about it, the more it made sense because both games are both shows, media, whatever, are very character driven. A lot of the interest in plot occurs from very interesting, well put together characters, interacting, having conflict and stuff like that. And at the time when it was put together, started getting underway, I was unaware of any games in the fandom that really focused on the character interaction side of the show, and so Ace Attorney seemed like a very natural fit for making a game that focused on that, since that's one of my favorite parts of My Little Pony. So basically, I got started. I put together a very quick thing. I uploaded it to YouTube, sent it to Equestria Daily, and to my surprise, it hit the front page, and everybody wanted more. So I kept giving them more, and then it basically just went from there, and people kept wanting more. So that's kind of how it got started.
Okay, man, as said, you've been around for a while. Looks like a site here I'm going through, have some questions, an FAQ, the team that you've got currently out there. Looks like that you're looking for some new people to add in, including voice actors. Ooh, where will we find those? There are much of plenty. So what's been, as said, you've been kind of going off of the Ace Attorney style of the investigation work. So since project has kind of been working and rolling around for a while, what have you found to be kind of the most challenging part of kind of developing this? Uh-oh. Gabu? Oh, you're back. Hey, Gabu. You there? Gabu.
Hello, sorry, I just got randomly disconnected.
Oh, that's odd. That's fine.
Sorry, where were we?
I was just saying, actually, you finished your thing perfectly, and I was just asking a follow up. So yeah, you've been working on this for quite some time, but like, what's the Starry? What are you doing? Man, she just derailed me too. This has been working for quite some time. What is what's kind of been the biggest challenge to overcome in making this actually work?
Well, pretty much the big first hurdle to this game was that basically so from July of 2011 to December of that year, it was basically just me and Zeus for most of it, and then Don Mew, our technical designer, for a little bit of it. So the biggest hurdle at that point was we were unsure of how many people actually cared about our game, and when it came time to open things up for recruitment, we weren't really sure how much response we were going to get. But fortunately, we got a lot, so we were able to get a good team together. And then after that point, Zeus has been absolutely indispensable as our team coordinator, because in volunteer projects, one of the big problems is keeping everybody happy, keeping everybody motivated, keeping things on track and on schedule, because nobody's getting paid, so you have to have other forms of motivation, stuff like that. So that's definitely been it's been a challenge, but it's worked out pretty well.
Oh, all right. So just keeping everyone around. And I suppose another thing that occurred to me is also keeping track of everything. A game like this is fairly large, so we've occasionally had times where we'll be going through implementation, and we'll be like, oh darn, we completely forgot to record this section of lines, and then we have to fix that, and of course that takes time and iteration stuff. So you kind of want to minimize that as much as possible. And with what you have so far, so you've got the demo out there. I've just downloaded, but I'll have to go through the whole installation and playing around with that. How long is that in comparison to the full release once that's out?
The demo is about, I would estimate, somewhere between 1/4 and 1/3 of the final case. So, and the demo, if you're blazing through it, will probably take you 20-30 minutes. Of course, if you take your time to smell the roses, it'll take longer than that.
Still, 20-30 minutes is not anything to laugh about for a demo.
We were pretty happy with how it turned out.
No, that's pretty good. And then is it going to be, kind of part of the thing of I just want to say Ace Attorney, but I'm flaking on the name again. But part of that particular series is the kind of progression of cases and having multiple cases. This is only going to focus on a single case.
No. Basically, this is the first case, but then after we're done the first case, then we have plans for a second case, and we'll immediately start development on that. So basically, the game is designed to be modular, such that you have the base executable, and then each case is its own file, so you can just keep adding more cases. So basically, we can keep going until the team members get bored of it.
Okay, and here's an advanced level question that I'm sure you're probably going to have to hit at some point, but will there be some sort of cross thing where if you made a decision in this game, it'll know and then go into the next one, and all of a sudden, that piece of evidence isn't there because that character is dead? No, not that serious, but
no, we don't presently have any plans for that. It's Each case is going to be self-contained, and while we would, obviously it would be cool to do very advanced stuff like that. Basically, at least for the first case, we are kind of just wanting to get something done because it's you kind of run into this problem where if you try to do too much, then it can kind of get overwhelming, and everybody just gets burnt out before you're actually done, and then people get nothing, and that would be bad.
Yeah.
So considering the general lifespan of these events or these projects, you want to keep people engaged.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's so many games that we hear about and we go, that sounds really cool, and then we just don't know what's happened to them. I'm looking at you, Pony Cart.
Pony Cart died right after Counterlike Gardens. It's been a corpse for a while.
There's always a little rumor of that, of like, they're just in hiding because they don't want Hasbro after them. It's like, no, I don't think anything's happening.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to that, so I'm kind of sad if it actually has died.
If anyone knows any different, I would love to hear about it, but I think they went into hiding and then that stopped. I'd be very curious. So do you pay attention a lot to kind of the other games that are out there right now?
Yeah, I definitely follow Brony games. Obviously, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so what's your dig right now? Which ones do you really like that look like they're gonna hit?
Well, I'm definitely. It's actually kind of sad because a lot of the games I was looking forward to have kind of died. Like there's Fighting is Magic, which is something else. There's Pony Cart, which is now dead. There's the Cutie Mark Crusaders point and click adventure, which is now dead. So, but among the ones that are still alive, there is that RPG that has been seen around Equestria daily now and then. I'm quite looking forward to that one. There's Legends of Equestria, obviously. Those are, to be honest, those are the only two that come to mind that are still alive that I've been following. So that kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, Fiends from Dream Valley was another one. We talked to them way back in the day.
Wasn't MLP making a game? I don't know. You can only imagine how that'd turn out.
Yeah. Well, they self-published a couple things on Amazon, but we don't want to talk about that.
True.
Oh yeah, MLP Online, they're dead now too. Yeah, this is kind of depressing thinking about all these games I was looking forward to.
It's difficult because they're long-term labors of love that have a shelf life of how long people can stay interested, and if there's not a constant flurry of new interested people to kind of fill in the ranks of those that get burned out, then they end up filtering out and dying.
Yeah, I suppose one thing that's helped for us is that our website has a forum that is actually unexpectedly for me has turned into a bit of a thriving community, which has sort of kept us alive.
Yeah, that's
kind of cool.
That's good on that. So let's see. So Phoenix. So this might be a little early. Is there any projection on completion?
We are currently hoping for a late August release, but we are also basically planning to operate on Valve time, which is to say that basically it's done when it's done, and basically our thinking on it is that we our fans are going to want a better game later than a worse game earlier, because once it's out, and you get what you get. So we are getting pretty darn close to having everything implemented, but then once everything's implemented, we'll want to go through extensive testing to make sure that everything makes sense. There's no major bugs or anything like that. So yeah, we'll see.
Okay, and let's see. So it looks like that it sounds like that's coming to fruition pretty quick. And what was the overall game itself? The first case, you said the demo was about 30 minutes if you kind of brute force through it.
Yeah.
How much would the main game be?
Well, as I said, the case demo is about a third to a quarter of the final case. So I would imagine the final case would be an hour and a half, something like that. It's a fairly long case that should take players quite a while to get through.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Excellent. And are you still, as said, you're kind of winding down on this first one. Are you still looking for users and contributions coming up for the next round?
Yeah, basically the main thing that we're probably going to be looking for in the next case is obviously more voice actors, because we'll have characters in the second case that were not in the first case, so we'll need voice actors for that. We've also had a fair amount of pain in terms of audio implementation, so I'll probably want to get someone for that. But for case 2, the vast majority is probably going to be more voice actors.
And you're getting the voice acting. You're getting users that sound like the show characters, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. We had people from the community try out and send us vocal samples, and we picked from that the people who sounded the best. So,
all right, excellent. Anything else that you want to add there? Again, the website is equestriandreamers.com. They have the lively forum. Wow, that is a healthy forum. You're right. 6,000 posts, 13,000 posts. Nice.
Yeah, it was actually kind of funny because we initially set up the forum as just as primarily a way for the developers to interact with each other, and we figured, we might as well have sections open to the public as well, just in case anybody wants to come, and then a lot of people did, so we're happy about that.
Your spam filter has 74,000 posts. That's not all just spam. It looks like.
Well, that's not spam as in genuine spam. It's just spam as in people having mindless fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Epic Big Mac thread, spam thread, gift threads. All right.
Spam all the gift thread. Wait, what?
Gifts of spam. Actually, I want to see this gift thread. Oh boy. This is gonna go down a really dark hole. All right. All right, so go check that out. Is there anything else? I said anything else that you want to bring up there, Gabu, before we move on to news?
Nope. I think that about covers it.
Oh, hey, looks like your friend is actually online now. We could add him back in. It'll be a little bit after the fact, but
yeah, if you want. Apparently, he said that he messed up time zones a little bit. So, whoops.
We do actually have a question though. Is it going to be possible for users to create their own cases/episodes?
Yes, we do actually have a case creator planned. We at the present we're focused on finishing up the first case and getting it released. But basically, at the moment, I'm basically editing everything by hand, which is very painful. So I kind of want a case editor to exist as much as our fans do. So yeah, after the first case is out, then we'll definitely be working on that.
Hey, I think Zeus is here.
Hello?
Zeus here?
Hi there.
Hey, Zeus.
It's sorry about that.
It's okay. So, Zeus, what do you do over on the My Little Investigations?
I am the case and game designer, and I'm also the team coordinator. And those three titles carry a lot of weight to them, and I've actually started writing a bit about that role recently on the Equestrian Dreamers website. that goes in that in a lot more detail. But that's basically the gist of what I do.
Okay. 2 quick questions before we do anything else with you. I got to know favorite character and favorite episode.
Favorite character still is Twilight Sparkle.
Oh, you both are great. I love this.
Although Rainbow Dash has been getting pretty close, but so far, no dice for her.
Yeah, you can keep that. All right, favorite episode?
Episode, that's easily Hurricane Fluttershy for me.
It is a good episode, that is sure.
I picked that one as well, so that's actually kind of creepy that we both picked the exact same thing for both.
Oh,
I thought your favorite episode was either Look Before You Sleep or
A Friend in Need's what he said is his second one.
A Friend Indeed, yeah.
I've kind of been oscillated between A Friend Indeed and Hurricane Fluttershy recently.
Yeah. Oh, it's so nice to have a show filled with Twi friends. This is great. We get so many rare friends recently. It's just it's I don't understand. It's way too fashion. Needs more sparkle. So yeah, we kind of did the Zeus to bring you up. We pretty much said most everything about the my little investigation so far. Pimped everyone around. So unless you had any like little other thing you want to add in, we'll jump over to news.
Well, it's kind of hard to ask like what's been talked about if you pretty much went over everything.
Yeah, we did go through a good... Pretty much went through the basics of where to find it, the demo, the length of the release that's going to be coming out August, I believe.
Hopefully August.
Hopefully August. The need for some more support come the next round that's going to happen, kind of the history of the project. So yeah, we kind of did run a full gambit of it.
Right. Okay, well, I was gonna talk a bit about Trot's work, but that's really not my area.
Oh, if you wish.
Well, basically, he's just been another valued member of it. Like everyone on our team is very valued, and we love him. I love him, but Trot, like
Trot Pilgrim is our composer, by the way.
He's our music composer, and he has quite interesting stories. So I'm kind of but disappointed that he's not here right now. To share some of his
what
he does for the project.
I'm enjoying the name Trot Pilgrim. Do ho ho.
It is an awesome name.
Do ho ho. The pony.
Indeed, but he has done incredible work for us, and just wanted to talk about his stuff more in detail. But it's not really my grounds to talk about his stuff. So maybe for another time.
Okay. Just let me check out to the chat if they have any further questions on my little investigations, if they jump up and bring those up. But yeah, as said, I'll go ahead and pimp it one more time while we are here. That is equestriandreamers.com, and the forum is very lively. So if you're also looking for a forum community, I would recommend going and checking that out. Let's see, just give it a little more thing. Is my little investigation the same at Motherly Scootaloo's Phoenix Wright thing? I don't know what that is.
They're probably talking about the Ponafide Phoenix Wright chapter thing that we saw a little while back. It is not the same. They're both of them are obviously Ace Attorney inspired My Little Pony things, but they're not affiliated or anything like that.
And let's see, Mary Angela wants to say, did you actually end up making your own engine for MLI? And if so, would you actually publish the engine in the documentation?
Yes, we did create a custom engine, basically the case creator will be everything that you need to work with the engine. So yeah, basically the answer is yes. People will be able to work with and do things with the engine.
But what they get is what they get. I know we've had a couple of doubts about it. Like, if you want to elaborate now, Gabu. Like people saying that, like people that want to really like mess with the engine and like make it, what's the word? Make it more customizable than just using the tools you give them. It was some weird discussion.
Well, we are also planning on making the engine open source, so anybody who wants to look at it can do that. If people make modifications to the engine, we have no plans of supporting that, but people can certainly dabble with it in their spare time if they wish.
Okay, makes sense.
Yep. Decisions being made right now. Excellent. All right. Well, with that, it looks like that took care of the big question that was kind of repeating in the chat room. So sorry, Brony and Mariangela, if that kind of looped around a few times. But looks like that's handled. So let's go ahead and jump over to news.
All right.
News time to talk this up. Fandom fire status there, Sandy?
They're pending. They're building. Who knows what'll happen at BronyCon and Galicon? But we don't know what's going on there, so we'll find out in the coming week.
Sounds like that the Ponyville Live team are doing well in grabbing footage. Some concerns.
Yeah. They had to slap around the BronyCon staff a little bit, but they finally got their butts in gear.
Yeah, so. They finally got what they had arranged to get. So that is actually good. So they're gonna have some quality material for us. That's gonna be great.
And they'll be in HD, probably.
Sunlight Octave, that is good kindling status.
Yes, kindling status.
That's a good one. All right, let's see. Not a lot of news this week, looks like.
Yeah, there really isn't a lot going on. Equestria Daily is doing Artist Training Grounds number 3 on August 16th. That's always been interesting. It's got a lot of people started to becoming actual artists in the community. So it's always a positive thing that I think people should participate in. And I should do it this year. Because I've participated a little in the last couple of years, but not in a major way, and I'll get distracted and da. So I think I should try to participate with this on this time around. So Calpain's running it this year. Fee is around, but not doing it this year. So we'll see what happens.
All right, that is out there. So go check that. Let's see.
The next thing is kind of ridiculous. So IDW, this is merch related. I know we tried to stay away from that, but they do their blue, black, and red label collector's edition. These are hundreds of dollars and super expensive, high res, like maximum actual resolution. And they're doing a portfolio collection of each of the main 6 of issue 1. And each book comes with a piece of original art ranging from a sketch card to an illustrated sketch plate to an original 11 by 14 painting. 1,000 pieces of original art were created for this release, and they are going crazy. I mean, Pony is still the #1 comic for IDW, and they know where the money is coming from.
Let's see. Let me go check out IDW Limited to see how much these are going for. That sounds like that it ain't going to be a little cheap drop in your wallet.
Oh no.
Let's see. My Little Pony, shot by Title.
Yeah, IDW Limited.
Whoa! The Return of Chrysalis 6-copy set is $750, and it's sold out.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. There are some rich bronies in the fandom.
And the thing is, that's all 6 cover variants in the deluxe hardcover. It's the full set of all of that, and their 404 page says, "Whoops, our bad." $750.
Yeah, and you can't get it if you want it, but you can add it to a wish list. Maybe it's just not released. Well. Oh, this is, that's the early pre-order offer. So that's actually the pre-order.
For all 6. Yeah. So they're probably going to be $125.
Yeah.
Because the G.I. Joe Complete Collection Red Label is $125. So looks like a really hefty comic book.
Yeah.
There's a Judge Dredd. Goodness.
There's some others in here that are actually, I like the Dash lithograph. That's pretty cool. The Pinkie Pie lithograph with Scratch is pretty awesome.
There's a Rarity Comic Folio, which is
fabulous,
from the Rarity Micro, that has the die cut hardcover portfolio, hand built with a lithograph, $25. So that's cool.
I don't see a Pinky lithograph. Or the Pinky comic folio. Oh no,
Right
they're
near the top. Yeah, it's $25.
It's just not open like the rest of them. It's just
So IDW sure does a lot of fancy stuff for the really hardcore collectors of their properties, and that's really cool. I mean, you can put your hardcover My Little Pony book next to your other hardcover things, and it'd be respectable.
And then all of your comic book friends will come by and go, what, what's going on? All right, so that's cool. Yeah, the comics are neat. Just a little update for those out there. The week before BronyCam, we're actually looking to have Ted back on again, which will be cool because we love the comics. He's the one that did the Pinky micro, and he's doing the CMC micro, which will be released the week that comes out. So that's going to be fun.
Hey,
all right.
Featherprop made it in.
Go. Hey, Feather. All right, let's see. All right, what's next? IDW. BronyCan. Hey, we've already talked about that.
Yep. It was like, hey, that's actual news because, hey, they're a con that's treating us correctly. And we'll talk about them.
We will.
Also, Friendship is Witchcraft's coming out.
Yep.
Number 9, called Seed No Evil, which apparently has... I watched part of it and was kind of like... I'll admit that my favorite is still number 4 with SweetieBot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still... I should probably watch it, just give it another chance.
Fully Matropony is pretty good. I do admit that sometimes I might be at work and I might turn on It'll Be Okay, and it's a
booty booty rocking everywhere.
Yes, it is a ridiculous song. It was a ridiculous sweet song about your brother.
But they're adopted, so it's not creepy.
Yeah, not at all. Sorry is playing with the chat.
Sorry. What are you going to do? Add bunny ears to AC again?
Oh, no. Don't tell her that. She'll do it. But yeah, I was actually thinking about doing it as a full thing. Looks like it got released for a while, and then got removed back down because the Friendship is Witchcraft is actually showing it at BronyCon. So, yep. So,
and also apparently there's Ponies the Anthology 3 was announced.
Does that surprise anyone?
No.
Let's just hope that it's like 30 minutes instead of an hour and a half this time.
Yeah, that last half hour of number 2 was kind of bad.
It was a bit much. First one is still that power video still is the best thing ever.
Yep.
Starry, could I ask you a favor? Could you go get my tablet, please? It's in the bedroom. Stop shaking your head no.
The last little bit of news is not really news other than it's an announcement that there's going to be a pony collectible card game. Which is going to debut in November.
Ooh. Like the sound of that.
like an official one?
Yeah, an official pony CCG made by Interplay. So
Ooh.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Now
It's no longer a collectathon. I'm happy now.
Now, does this shock anyone at least a little bit, considering the fact that a while back they sent a C&D to a My Little Pony card game?
It's a good point.
Remember that? Several months ago, where they're like, no more of this card game. Now we're making a card game.
It makes me wonder if they shut that down and brought it back. I wonder about Fighting is Magic.
yeah.
Boy, that would... I don't think there's
official Hasbro sanctioned fighting game. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah. The problem with Fighting is Magic eventually was the fact that they were starting to get a decent-sized money pile. And they just went, we can't let this happen. But yeah, I'll have to see. If it's one of those ones where there's just like certain sets, as long as it's something where you don't have to like crazy deck build, I could be okay with that. If it's something where, you know, everybody's making these super crazy sets and you like, oh, I need 3 more of these and they're super rare and, you know, and what is Starry doing? What? Stop trying to do creepypasta on my show. What are you doing? Freak? Creepypasta on my show? She just put up scary face. What the heck?
What are you doing?
Why I can't? This is why we can't have nice things, Starry.
Why are you so bad?
So, yeah, so we'll see what that is, you know. I guess I'll probably throw myself down that hole and we can now have, you know, entire rooms at pony conventions now be filled with people just playing collectible card games over and over.
Well, if it's coming out in November, there's an event in November.
Is there? Huh.
Yeah.
All right. If only Interplay would try and attend, that'd be a great time to actually like demo it. Huh. Oh well.
I deal with the card games like Magic the Gathering, since I play that occasionally.
Yeah, that it would be interesting to see what kind of style they would do. You know, would you have a champion? Would it be Applejack versus Pinkie Pie, or you know what the goal would be quite interesting to find out. Like,
It would.
Is it versus? Is it something like the World of Warcraft where you're, you know, cooperative and you're trying to take care of something? That could be kind of fun.
Yeah, she has to do the main 6 versus
a changeling invasion or something.
Ooh, yeah.
See, that'd be kind of fun. That seems a little bit more complicated than what they'd go for, but that seems fun. All right, should we talk about comics one more time?
Yep, let's talk about comics, because, hey, comics, woo!
We love the comics, we sure do. We love the comics, and so do you.
And it's the A Squad today. It's Heather Breckle, Andy Price, Katie Cook. On issue 9 of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Plug your ears if you don't want to hear at least a little bit about it.
Yep. Titled Zen in the Art of Gazebo Repair. It is... I picked up the cover A variant. Well, it's not really the variant, it's cover A. With Derpy as the mail mare, Screw Loose, and a cider house on the front. Oh, man. There's competition AC, competition in Bronyville. This particular issue is all about Mac trying to find a box of nails.
Yes. Two comics worth of Mac trying to find a box of nails.
And as a result, it is like the densest art episode or issue ever. With so many little things going on at the same time. And callbacks, and there's even the Sibsy pony in there, Wildfire. So again, it's another A+ comic with lots of the, you've got Trixie in here, and the Cakes and Octavia, and Lyra and Bonbon, and
Luna running around with a Blame My Sister shirt.
Yes.
But I mean it's gazebo repair goes into town. There's a ton of little, like, just a ridiculous amount of tiny jokes that you might not get all of them. For instance,
like, okay, there was that cover that it was a variant cover that was Fleetfoot saying with the "Can you read my mind?" and she has this dream of marrying Big Mac, and Rarity is sad, and Pinky is sad, and Twilight is sad, and Fluttershy is crying, and Rainbow Dash is like, I don't get it.
Yeah, and it's in the comic as entire full page.
Yes. All in all, I mean, there's Lyra getting advice from Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon, advice 5 bits.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good stuff. Like there's a Bluth frozen banana. There is a really good, very deep Doctor Who reference. Like you have to like know your Doctor Who episodes to get it. I actually forgot about it until somebody reminded me about said episode, and I went, Wait.
And Snowflake, and there's some Night Guard, Bat Ponies. So all in all, it's exciting stuff to see them just going so deep.
Yeah, this is really, really dense. Fandom
Like
dense.
plasmids and vigors.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a BioShock reference. There's a Snoopy reference with the advice box.
Vinyl Scratch is listening to the Beatles.
Mm-hmm. There's our favorite Snowflake. Yeah. Lots of Luna for you to enjoy. Luna doesn't like to lose at anything, it seems. She likes. There's Zebra Pony for all you that are Zebra Pony fans. Yeah, it's a really fun arc, and for some reason, Spike continues the Carnival Barker thing at the end of the comic again.
But Luna's Bat Pony Guard is like, Luna comes in, wins all the prizes.
Yep. And you too could have a Big Mac paper doll as well.
Yep.
So you can have, here's Big Mac with his normal yoke, but you can also accessorize with a cardigan, casual Friday, perhaps a formal yoke. You can accessorize your Big Macintosh with these wonderful yokes.
How fancy.
His Comic-Con is I Heart Nerds.
Rent a Lizard. Zakora and Big Mac interaction.
Yep. So, yep. Comic is still good. Go check that out.
The hardware store has been destroyed.
Yep. So, I also wondered during that if they were going to make a Weird Al hardware store joke. I was almost waiting for it.
Yep. I again, Big Mac paper doll.
Yep. All right. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and inform, I forget who it was, that need to have their ears plugged during that segment. But go ahead and tell them that it's okay.
It's safe.
We're safe. We won't talk about it anymore. We're sorry. Missing. All right. Missing, come back. You're okay. We're not talking about it anymore. All right. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that I've read the comic. I think Gab was still around, but he's just not responding. He's...
Oh, I'm here. I just had nothing to say.
Because you don't
Comics.
want to hear anything because you haven't read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, Missing, you may need to go back if Gab's got something to say. Okay. So, did you see it? Did you read it?
The
read
comic?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Was it Zeus or is it Gabu that read it?
I
Yes,
read it.
Zeus
Okay,
read it.
so Zeus, what'd you think about it?
It was the funniest comic to date. And like you all were saying, they basically kind of threw the kitchen sink at the fan base with everything they put in there, like fandom references, out of comic references, pop culture references. It was, my inner nerd just pretty much was satisfied. Like I enjoyed every little reference in that comic, and I can't wait for part 2. And I'm just wondering if this was a rejected episode idea at one point, because I could have easily seen this as a slice of life episode for Big Mac.
Yeah.
And this little arc is already better than the episode he got with Hearts and Hooves Day. So maybe one day he'll get another episode.
Yeah, no, that'd be good. That'd be pretty fun. Though these comics are able to do like so much, like really obscure humor. It's kind of great. I'm gonna link this into the chat. It's just too silly. Sometimes it's not good to grow up. All right, so let's go ahead and we got some fanfic suggestions.
Yeah, we got some fanfic because I read fanfic this year. I read some fanfic this year too.
This year, perhaps.
So there were 3 this week. And hey, guess what? It's me reading fanfic, so it's lesbian horse time.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
this is so dangerous.
Yep. So unprofessional. Too brash. Other search epithets. So the first one this week is The Sky is Falling by Brony Maximus. It is a complete story, which is great. Only 38,652 words total. It's a quick read. if you read fast.
Gotta read fast.
And it's Rainbow Dash, sort of my only qualm with this story is it changes perspectives between first person, between Twilight and Rainbow Dash. And it can be confusing because it doesn't do a very good job delineating where exactly it does that. But otherwise, it's a pretty good story. I'm enjoying it. Haven't finished it. I've read about half of it because I've been busy. But it's Rainbow and Twilight, which is second best pairing. So.
So I'm still searching at random to try and find the mythical Flutterdash ship, because everybody was like, "Oh, it's so good," but there's nobody out there that actually has one that they suggest is one to read. So I'm still searching. Maybe this one's a good Torrents of Slow Falling Rain. I'll have to see. Maybe I'll put that in my film fiction read thing. All right, we had some other suggestions.
Yep. The second one is called It's Elementary, My Dear Rainbow, where Twilight Sparkle and Rainbow Dash wake to find themselves in a mysterious, compromising position.
Uh-oh.
It's up to the brilliant mind of Twilight to deduce what series of events led them to this.
Oh, I read that one.
Written for the annual Twidash contest, though didn't know this was a thing. There is a dramatic reading, and apparently there's also a Ebonics version?
Ebonics?
Yes.
Oh boy, don't make me tempt this. This will just get offensive.
And it's only like 6,000 words, so very, very short read, but it's pretty cute. I liked it.
I'm going to have a jive version of this.
And the last one is not shippy, and I didn't read it. It was just suggested by Featherprop. The Detective and the Magician. It is a Sherlock Holmes and Equestria kind of thing. And it's romance, sad, crossover, and adventure. So, and it's 14,179 words. So not that long, and it is complete. Because complete stories are the best stories, because you don't have to wait after you catch all the way up.
Let's see. Who is it? Featherprop is suggesting me Wing Mares as a great Flutterdash story. Doesn't list shipping. I'm trying to get some of you to convince me that this is a thing. Oh, look, there's a Flutterdash group. I wonder if that will be helpful. Whoa, hi. That's a kiss. Okay.
Oh,
banner images on groups.
I got the one that it's Rara Jack, but you refresh it and it's a new couple every time. There's a Flutterdash combo. Refresh. It's kind of a lot. Refresh again. Celestia and a tree. Wait.
Yeah, the Flutterdash one stays the same, and it's pretty.
Where's the Lyra and Bonbon one? Anyways,
that sounds like a good
I'm sure
group.
that
should join
refreshing femfiction for the various headers is
a dangerous,
riveting stuff.
Also a dangerous proposition sometimes.
Oh,
depends on what.
Wow, that's a kiss.
Yep, that is. You're right.
Bookmark.
Yeah,
bookmark that.
I'm gonna bookmark this group. Wop 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 wop.
Edge of the Map was pretty good. I read that one back in the day because it wasn't very long. But yeah, that one has Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash. So yeah, I like me some cartoon horse.
Yay, Lyra and Bonbon group. I need to watch this one too. That's a cute group. Okay, all right.
400 stories. Wow.
Of Flutterdash? Or which one? Wow, that is a few.
There's a polyamory folder.
Wait, huh? What?
It's like,
huh?
Wait a minute. Just 2 isn't enough. You need to have all of them. This giant mess. Okay, we're just going to move on.
Yes, that's a good idea. We've got emails, Sandy.
Yes.
You can email across to us at bronyville@gmail.com. You don't have to have shipping fiction polyamory. Don't look at what that is, kids. It's okay. Or, I don't know. Depends. Ask your parents. and then
Quit
they'll
saying
get
words.
and then they'll
Quit
get
saying words.
and then they'll get upset with us. No, who's our first email? Let me read this. Good day.
Do the voice.
Yep. Let's see. We'll start with myself first. We'll do Sandy second. Gabbo, if you will get thirdsies, and we may have to share out to we may need to share out to Zeus so he could read the fourth if we actually have a fourth. We do have a fourth. So
Four.
acquire email addresses for shared documents. All right, I will read this. Good day, my enthusiastic little podcasters. I, the great and powerful Trixie, I'm wearing her shirt today, am writing to inform you that I recently used a magic mirror. Yes, a magic mirror to come to your world. Requiring currency, Trixie decided to venture into the lucrative world of being a celebrity. However, Trixie is very disappointed to find the lack of quality software for recording the voice of the great and powerful Trixie. As such, Trixie would like her voice full support of Cider's little recording project, which is over at devscruff.com. Go check that out. I am still in the beginning phases of making a full company. Now, Trixie must ask, she has an interview with Pico Pie. I said it right this week. Yes, Cider. That's Pico Pie. The great and powerful Trixie as dictated by Pico Pie. P.S. Fanfic suggestions for the week. Snapple Pie. Some think that love is complicated. Others fall in and out with ease. Snails do a lot of falling, and he's far from complicated. Apple Bloom learns that complicated things are easy to fall for. Written by Raven's Dagger on commission by Pico Pie. It's an Apple Bloom Snails shipping fic that is technically a third-person story where two characters, Snails and Apple Bloom, are telling a story in second person, which makes it simultaneously first, second, and third-person narrative. Ugh. It speaks on Raven's ability that the story is done above my expectations. So that is a suggestion for Snapple Pie. Huh. Snails and apple. Yeah, that works. And yes, please, if you're interested in my project and you do audio stuff, go over to devscruff.com. The webpage does look kind of grody, but there is a submission form if you are interested. Sandy Face.
All right. Next email. Let's see. Hello, Chef Starry Apple. I can't watch the show live tonight as I'm at the gala at GalaCon.
Yay.
Or hopefully we're at the gala. At the gala. I have two pieces of information for you today. First, I don't know if this counts as a fire at the con, but about 12 hours before the con started, part of Ludwigsburg lost power for about an hour. Now, I don't know if the con was hit and or if it was part of the plan to steal the elements of harmony from the con. Well, as long as it happened before the con, they should be safe. Second, if you're driving 900 kilometers south in a car with no AC, your arm out the window for cooling, remember sunscreen, or you'll get one very red arm. That's all for now. I need to go to my first con now. Cheers, Twisted Haywire. Well, enjoy the con.
Yes, and put some aloe on that arm. That sounds painful.
Oh. You're going to need a burn heal.
Yep. Perhaps. Let's see. Oh, there's some PSs there, too.
Oh, wait. Nope. I missed the PSs because they're below the page. PS, the girl I mentioned in last week's episode said that Rarity is best pony. What does one say to that? You give her the thumbs up. BPS, Chef, would it be an idea to put the 621 rule on a con pass as fields you cross out?
For each day.
That would be actually kind of funny. You print out their little cards. There's like 621 rule, Friday, 621 rule, Saturday, 621 rule, Sunday. You're like, okay, I got my sleep. I've eaten twice. Oh, crap, I forgot to shower. It's like you have people walking through checking people's cards.
No, you're not allowed.
Yet today? Get off the floor. Go back to your room and take a shower, you filthy beast.
You're not allowed in this room if you have not had one checked off.
Yes.
Or you just watch somebody walking around and it's like afternoon and they don't have two at all, like crossed out and be like, go eat some food, ugh.
They're like, but I spent it all on plushies and clothes. I have to scrounge at the con suite.
There is no con suite.
Yeah, that's the thing. Ponycons don't run con suites.
Con suites are, in general, con suites are bad ideas, I find. You know, it's just, just for those that may not go to cons, con suites are literally rooms where a whole bunch of snacks are that are sometimes provided by conventions. It's
generally only done at smaller events because it's uneconomically feasible.
Right, to make a whole bunch of food and allow people to eat it. It's just, it's pretty much mitigation for a few number of people that will go to a convention, spend all of their money on merchandise and not eat food.
Yeah. I remember one year, FWA, well, I think I've told this story before, where they had Monster as a sponsor, and they had horse water troughs full of ice and free Monster. And there were like 6 ambulances that came to the con that year because idiots sustained themselves entirely on energy drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hearts at 160 beats a second, or beats a minute. A second would be even worse. And yeah, they're just like, I'm hungry. Give me another Monster.
No, that was, it wasn't balls. It was Monster because they had the NOS.
There was one year that I know that they had balls as a sponsor. You could just get it at like con ops or at registration. You could just be like, here's your badge and some balls.
Yeah. No, this was in the before time, AC.
Okay.
Back in the day, I was vending there, and I drank probably way more of those than I should have at the time, but at least I didn't die because I was eating food.
Yeah. Yeah, con suites are weird. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm glad that's one thing that pony cons don't do that I think's smart. Though if you do have something like that, it should be for people who have contributed like above a sponsor level. As a benefit. Just there's nothing better than having a nice like chill out room that has some snacks in it that is quiet. If you have like a regular con suite that's there for everyone to attend, it's just a madhouse.
Yeah. AC and I were friends before Pony. What do you know?
Yeah, huh? And more or less in passing, but
Yeah, we weren't like buddy, but we knew each other and talked.
In some funny ways, we were oddly rivals.
Yeah, and now we're working together.
Friendship.
It's funny because there's actually some cons that do have like a super sponsor con suite that has like sushi and stuff. I forget which con that does that because there's for the plebs, they've got Cheetos and pretzels and peanut butter sandwiches with Kool-Aid and and then the super sponsors have soda and bottles of beer.
Yeah, I know FWA has a God level suite, so
yeah, but God level's God level's usually worth it at FWA though.
No, I mean you got the big steak dinner and everything you go to. Have you that meat faucet? We're going to a meat faucet when I'm there, right? Yeah, you're totally able to totally go. Yes, I love meat.
You have to pay for yourself. But,
yeah, I'll do it. Sure.
Totally go to the show.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
That's enough reminiscing.
Absolutely. Going down memory lane. Gaboo.
All right. Yeah. Hello, Chef Sandy, Apple Cider, Starry Night, though it was tempting to go with the old random girl in the background, and Kitty. Oh, and also guests. I've been some time since I've been able to watch the show, because I've been busy with the savage worlds of My Little Pony. But enough about that later. But more about that later. Once again, your wonderful ramblings of you and your guests on each and every show have helped me make it through what could be a very tedious and annoying job. I happened to finish the last 3 weeks' worth of podcasts this morning while at work, and the last episode's outro music, Moonlight Majesty by the Burt Manga. Linky. YouTube link. You guys usually do provide classy music in your outros, and this is no exception. I believe it was Borg who suggested it. Sorry if I got that wrong. Anyway, great choice. Back to what I was talking about earlier. For those of you who don't know, Savage Worlds is a tabletop RPG. It's very similar to D&D, but without the horrible background rumors of being tied into all sorts of evil things. Anyways, a wonderful man by the name of Roger Phillips Marsh took the Savage Worlds rule book and adapted it to fit My Little Pony. And from there came Savage Worlds of My Little Pony. I urge those who love such games to go check it out, as we are always looking for new players and new GMs. Linky, thrillingponytails.proboards.com. Well, that's all for today. Hope to watch you guys this Saturday, since the campaign I'm involved in has been set to the side for now. Also, I forget if this changed, but recent updates on Best Pony. Best Pony is Princess Twilight Sparkle. All power to the Twilight Empire. Yours truly, Marie Angela.
Oh, man.
P.S. Thomas Jefferson. Glad to hear you're recovering so well, man. Keep up the good work.
Hey, Mary Angela, you're in the chat.
You.
This is actually kind of a funny email because we need to get Roger on again to do another Savage World thing.
Well, didn't we have a game scheduled at some point in the near future?
We need to schedule it for reals, like a for reals.
Those are always fun.
Yep, they are, and we love them, and you fans love them. We'll need to figure that out. It's great. And the cool thing about the burnt mango, I think it was burnt mango.
Manga.
Manga. Sure, manga. The burnt manga. It's mango. The cool thing about the cool thing about them is we actually did that on the last show, and he actually responded via Twitter and said, "Oh, geez, thanks for pushing my stuff, guys. So you can actually go find them on Twitter too. I retweeted it out. So if you want it's another artist out there that does really good work and doesn't have the views to back it up. So if someone is nice enough to give a thanks and produce a whole bunch of really good stuff, you should probably go check that Burnt Mango on YouTube. So." Very, very cool. All right. Anything else? Yeah, Savage World. You're correct with Princess Twilight Sparkle. Okay, let's move this. Zeus, if you have that, I will highlight it for you.
Alrighty. Dear host, I am here writing to you as to tell my story of how the glorious show My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, had come to life. You see, I've only been a brony for about 2 months, so it was only recently that I found out how good the fandom was. You see, before I saw the show, I was a quote-unquote hater. I kept on making fun of bronies, and I always thought of MLP to just be a ridiculous kid show. Boy, I was wrong. Was I wrong? I decided to watch episode 1 on YouTube after all the amounts in love and talk of the show I had seen on the internet. I was thinking how this was ridiculous of me, and I'll just laugh back at it later. So I finished episode 1. With it being a cliffhanger, I watched episode 2. I thought at that time, it wasn't actually that bad. And then after seeing all of season 1, I loved it. It wasn't long before I got season 1, 2, and 3 onto my TV and watched them all over and over again. I'm current on my 5th time watching them all. After seeing them all, I made it my official 3rd favorite series, taking over Breaking Bad, which is a tough competitor, but it hasn't stopped there. I've also been listening to the music on my iPod, listening to fanfics, and also drawing. Now, I've always sucked and hated drawing, but MLP just made me want to draw ponies. Continuing from fanfics, I had just listened to one extremely beautiful and sad fanfic called My Little Dashie. Never in all my life has anything made me as sad and as teary as fully listening to that fanfic. There were literal tears everywhere. This just shows how great and gifted this community is, that I hope I can be accepted into. And with that, I would like to give a formal and sincere apology to all bronies for my hate, and for me being judgmental. I hope I may be forgiven. Anyway, thank you for reading this, even though it is very long, but I just need to get this off my chest. Also, of course I've been listening to this podcast. Loving it, by the way. Keeps me going while in the car or while just doing mindless tasks. I'm currently up to episode 12 of the pod, so it's going to take me a long time to get up to the current ep. So, tell the me that is listening that it took you long enough. That is all I have to say. Keep up the good work.
Sincerely, it took you long enough.
Sincerely, Liam, a.k.a. the suited gamer guy.
Man, took you long enough.
Yep.
That's the story. This story, in many ways, is actually sounds like a lot of stories.
I didn't know. I used to wonder what friendship could be until people foisted ponies on me.
Until someone gave me My Little Dashie.
And then manly tears were shed.
Absolutely.
Aww.
Yeah, it's... I feel like, and not to discount this particular story, but I believe if we had to encapsulate one particular email that I think sums up like the 2018 to 21 range of people who are like, I was interested in the show and then I got into it and then I loved it and then I read Dashi, this would be akin to it. So yeah, what took you so long?
Yeah, I mean, we're over halfway through 2013 already.
Yeah, really. It's going to be like 2072 by the time you finish.
But seriously, he's welcome to the herd. I'm just glad he finally saw the light.
Yep.
It's a he, right?
Yeah. Sure. Seems like it.
Liam sounds like a male name.
I'll have to look for masculine or feminine versions in that previous email. What I'm going to have fun with is this one, Sandy.
Yep, I left it for you, AC.
Oh, you're such a gem.
I am.
Not to be mean to this particular person, but they obviously are younger and are still in the beginning phases of learning to type on the internet. Why, hello, every pony, Chef AC, and I always amazing guest is there. I am a Brony or Pega, whatever they call it. Anyways, my story is how I got into the herd was weird. At first, I watched MLP FIM and liked it, but it wasn't until season 3 I almost got really into it. My friends liked it, and so I decided to go ahead and watch season 1 and loved it. So the night long didn't sleep because of watching it. So I watched them all, and I'm not a big fan of Twilight, but I don't hate her because actually it was Rainbow and Fluttershy who helped the most, but I'm going to get into that, but I'm not going to get into that, so I don't have a fave pony in the main 6, but I do like Derpy, but not full out derp, but like the every once in a while mess up. But anyways, I watched MLP and my little bro didn't like it, but we watched it because I made him, and he began to like it, and now he loves it. We are going through the seasons and watching them. My B-Day was on Monday, and before I asked my mom for an MLP cake, and she said she really didn't approve of the whole Brony thing. Luckily, I got muffins and a Pinkie Pie with Princess Celeste toy. So right now, I'm happy to have some people to share my love and care for ponies. I found your podcast and loved it. The very first time I listened to one, and I am only on 31. I could only get it from 28, but I'm listening lots and lots to catch up on. Love you guys. Love your listener, Demon Shadow. P.S. I have an OC named Demon Shadow. It took me all day to make her. Have lots of fun, and I was thinking you guys when making Here She Is. People have been hating on because she is an alicorn.
Well,
Yep.
I think that was cute.
It's an origin story. Orange's story. Well, we'll see. It again looks like someone who is starting from the beginning or close to the beginning. Yeah, we're actually at the point where the older episodes are now no longer on iTunes, which is fine by me because there's nothing worse than listening to the first episode of a podcast. Ooh.
Yes. I downloaded all your files and I'm listening from the beginning. But there's 100+ of them. I'll get there eventually.
It makes sense for like the lone trucker who is just like, I sit in a car all day and just stare forward. I want to listen to something. Yeah.
I'm going to listen to Night Vale. Wait.
All right, I'm done. I always find that interesting when we come across people like, I've sat in a car for like
12 hours and listened to your show the entire time.
Yeah, that's rough, but it's also the like people who started at the beginning and went all the way up. That one kind of drives me crazy too.
Yes, they get to see how the fandom evolved and caught fire in so many different ways.
And how we went from being, happy-go-luckies to swarmy seasoned vets.
We've seen some shit.
We've seen some. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Thank you all for sending email across to us. That you can always email us at bronyville@gmail.com. We love your emails. We love to talk about it. Bring up questions. Bring up anything that you wanted to talk about to us, because we love all of your wonderful insights and questions for us. 5-star iTunes Bronies times. We are at 812 ratings on the iTunes US store. So thank you very much to 5 Iron Brony, Armored Pillow, and Saint Looker of... Really?
Yeah, I saw that and I was like,
Saint Looker of Pig Behind, and Melody Keys. Thank you for leaving your written review. Also, we are supposedly number 10 in the What's Hot on the
when
US...
I looked earlier today,
on the US iTunes store. Hooray.
Hooray.
I do need to update it with a high-res image, because we're starting to constantly get those things of just like, hey, you can get featured if you just make sure you have a high-res image on iTunes. It's like, Apple, are you trying to send us some form of, like, I don't know, information to help us get featured? I don't know. I'll have to see.
I'm sure we could figure out some high-res art.
Yep. I've already got it. I just need to format it and put it in there. So, all right. So thank you very much. It's one cool thing time. Crud. I was hoping that the Friendship is Witchcraft was going to be released.
I thought it was.
It's not on their YouTube page, though. You can definitely go check out the... I know that if you go to Lyra Heartstrings, I believe they... strings.com, I believe they actually still have the... I should type it strings, not heartstrongs. It's the secret My Little Pony site for... That's the one where you get the little bands, Lyra Heartstrongs. There we go. Yeah, we can use this link at Lyra Heartstrings from our friends. Oh, video doesn't exist. It got taken down.
How annoying.
Waka waka. All right, well, go ahead and I'll find one real quick. And also, we probably need to jump it on Gabu and Zeus to tell them that they're going to need a cool link. Doesn't have to be Pony. Just something that you think is cool and you wish to share across the internet.
It's also self-promotion.
It is, absolutely. So, Sandy, what do you got?
Mine is a Flufflepuff adventure. Flufflepuff's boxy... what was it called? I need to look at them. I'm doing Photoshop in the other page because I have to do something. I'm throwing something in Image Larson. It's Flufflepuff, all boxed up. What do you do when you give Fluffy Pony boxes? It's kind of like a cat.
Pretty much. Hey, Kevin Anderson said he went to attend a Brony convention and then came back to actually listen to our podcast. Hi. That's pretty cool. All right. So, yeah, I checked that out. Flufflepuff, yeah, gets a cardboard box and does every cute kind of cat thing with said cardboard box. Flufflepuff is just so ridiculously cute.
Agreed.
Yeah, that is pretty good. You know what I'm going to do? My one cool thing, I'm going to put this in just a moment. I made a recommendation because, as we've kind of talked about a little bit in past shows, Sandy underwent a surgery a little while back to shorten the size of his tummy, so he would be forced not to eat as much delicious food. Which now makes me feel threatened because the next time we meet, we've got the thin guy, big guy kind of thing going, and I can't have that.
You're gonna ruin that.
You're gonna flip it on its head. I'm gonna be the Tubbs, and granted, totally fine with you actually, losing some for your health. I want to keep a co-host. That's very important to me. But, it's an important dynamic. So I felt obligated to actually start, doing some stuff for myself as well. So I gave a call out because I knew that there was a group that unfortunately doesn't look like that it's very active anymore. That was the
So we'll make our own health group.
Yeah.
Blackjack.
But yes, it's going to be the Blackjack group. But yeah, there was a group, let me look past there, of the BronyHealthGroup.com, but that doesn't seem terribly active anymore. But our friends over at the Brony Time podcast, particularly our good friend Alpha Brony.
5 Iron and Alpha.
Yep. Gave us this one, which was kind of neat. Iron Pony Fitness with Alpha and Checkmate. And you can find this at ask-ironponyfitness.tumblr.com. And it is a Tumblr that is exercise-based. If you want to ask someone that, is good with exercise and knows what to do, how to properly aqua yourself and how to get into exercising and make yourself fit, then...
So... throw that link in, AC.
Yep, I totally will. That is askironponyfitness.tumblr.com, and you can go ahead and ask a workout pony about how to make yourself fit. All right, let's see. Let's move on.
Your squats and oats.
Absolutely. Gabbo, do you got anything?
Well, I was thinking about what I wanted to plug, and I figured the My Little Pony RPG that I mentioned a little while back would be good for that. I can't seem to edit the doc, so I guess I'll post it to the
chat.
Skype chat window. This is basically the YouTube channel of the guy who's in charge. I think it's still going. There hasn't been an update in quite a while, but I haven't heard anything about it dying, so I hope it's still up.
Okay.
Basically, his channel has all the updates and information about the game in it.
Okay.
So I figure since this is what I'm probably most looking forward to, might as well.
Absolutely. All right, Zeus, do you have anything cool for us?
Yeah, I've been following this reviewer, this new Brony reviewer that I don't think is well known as the others. I could be wrong, but let me see if I can put the link here. So he's basically the mysterious Mr. Enter, and he started reviewing all the episodes since 5 months ago. And recently he's been doing a series of Phoenix Wright style rebuttals against an online reviewer known as Cider, and I find him quite fascinating because he does bring up a lot of good points, and he's pretty fair for both sides, positive and negative. So, yeah, he's definitely not as well known as other Brony reviewers, but he should definitely get more recognition. I'm liking his work so far, so definitely check him out.
All right, excellent. And those are both added into the show doc. So if you want to go and check out this link or any of the other links that we actually talked out all throughout the episode, the news or the emails, we do have an image for the alicorn from earlier that you could go check out. And that's all located over at our website, BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com. Or look at the details on your little pod device. It has a bunch of that there. All right. You know what? That's one cool thing, and when we finish up one cool thing, that means that we are at the end of this show.
No.
It is time for us to say farewell. It is time for us to go our separate ways until next week. So first off, let me go ahead and say thank you to to Gabu and Zeus for coming on here. Thank you for talking about My Little Investigators, and looking forward to the show coming out come this, hopefully, August.
Thanks for having us.
Good to
Considering it's August.
I know.
Thanks for having me, despite my late appearance.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Trust me, you're not the latest to jump on a show. I think at least one time we had Serial Velocity of EQD jump on at the very tail end of the show, like this part of the show.
Oh wow!
He's like, oh hey,
hey, so we're wrapping up the show. Bye, Serial. It's pretty funny. As always, I want to go ahead and thank my wonderful thinning co-host, Chef Sandy.
Yep. You can count on there being less of me.
I know. I sure can. I just don't lose the thunder. I need that thunder part of you to stay.
I've got more energy now. I've got more energy to be feisty and make that thunder. Just you wait.
Okay, jump at him. Cut him. No. Watch it, Sandy. And as always, I want to go ahead and thank our wonderful fans, be it if you are the ones over on Justin.tv right now watching this live, or if you're just watching this and listening to this on iTunes. We love every single one of our wonderful sets of fans. And, you know, we do the show for you. And gosh, we sure do love doing it. We've done 117 episodes of this, plus all the tabletops, which we need to do again.
Hey, see, remember when we were like, we need to do a pony podcast. We'll do a couple episodes, get it out of our system.
Yeah, how'd that turn out?
There's no getting off Celestia's wild ride.
There really isn't. All right, well, it takes care of episode number 117. Let me go through the run-through. You can always go and find the show over at BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com. You can email across to us at Bronyville@gmail.com. Join us roughly every Saturday noon Pacific at Justin.tv/Bronyville Podcast. That would be 3 p.m. Eastern, by the way. iTunes reviews, we love it. If it's on the US store, that's great. If it's across in Canada, the UK, or anywhere else in the world, that is awesome too. Get the word out about this awesome podcast. You can listen to the show on Celestia Radio every Tuesday, 3 Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, 11 UTC. My Twitter account is at Bronyville.
Mine's It's Just Sandy.
I am a part of the Baronies of Northern California.
And mine, Brony's North Texas.
Yep. And conventions, I am going to be at BronyCan. I am going to be at the Sacramento Expo and Nightmare Nights Dallas.
I'm going to be at Brony Fanfare, DerbyCon South, if everything goes as planned, and Nightmare Nights Dallas.
Excellent. All right. That takes care of episode number 117 for all of you. There will be a post show, so be prepared for silly. And till then, for all of you podcast listeners, sleep well, every pony.
Adios. And actually, we've been doing this more than 2 years at this point because it's a weekly show and we're on episode 117. Wait, no, that's not right.